I don't know if I'm more angry at or for Kerr County at this point. In 2021, Kerr County was sent over $10 million in federal funds that they could have allocated towards upgrading the flood warning system. At first, they didn't want to accept it because they didn't trust the Biden admin, but did they return these funds? No, because they didn't want the funds to possibly go towards a blue state instead. I guess it is a little lucky that they ended up holding on to the funds just so a blue state couldn't get at them, because they did eventually end up spending them. Obviously not on the flood warning system, though. Funds were part of the American Rescue Plan Act. ARPA sent billions of dollars across the nation to help with economic recovery, intended to be spent on government services, infrastructure, etc. Yes, these funds could have been used for a flood warning system. I've gone through years worth of Kerr County Commissioner Court transcripts. That's basically their town hall or city council equivalent. The people of Kerr County didn't want to accept the funds, mainly because they mistrusted the administration. This guy called it the most criminal, treasonous communist government ever to hold the White House. And he got applauded, by the way. They said that the funds were just their taxpayer money being returned to them with strings attached. No mention, of course, that it's the evil blue states that largely fund areas like Kerr County with their taxes. This person, ironically, went through Hurricane Harvey. They said, "We were there all by ourselves like an island in the middle of water. Since we left, they have had so many floods and catastrophes, and who's at the helm? Well, it's a socialist Marxist regime." Then they accused the admin of bringing people over the border to win things, and of course describe themselves as a native Texan, almost 40% Native American, the rest Spanish. FEMA even came up a few times, don't even worry about it. Supposedly, it's a completely lawless entity that can arrest people without a warrant, hold them without due process in camps, and answers to absolutely no one because it was created by executive orders. I know. Oh, for some reason, they also claim that it can suspend the Constitution. It was the commissioner judge, the top dog, who said that they would not be returning the money just so that they could deny it to states like New Jersey, New York, and California. No, the flood warning system never got upgraded, but the good news is the sheriff's department ended up with almost all of the over $10 million. So the largest amount spent was around $7 million on upgrading the communication system for the sheriff's department and the fire department. Despite the fact that the original estimate was $3 to $5 million and the original bid was a little over $5 million. While the bid didn't include every little detail, an extra $2 million seems steep. Of course, Motorola's bid was the only qualified bid. The next biggest chunk was a little over $1 million, which went towards emergency responder pay. Basically, every single member of the sheriff's department received a 10% pay increase. Another $650,000 went towards assorted staffing needs, which included more sheriff department staff. And lastly, another $100,000 to a special temporary position for a person overseeing the Motorola project, one that ballooned by $2 million, totaling almost $9 million, but not a cent towards upgrading the flood warning system. But hey, at least a blue state didn't get it. I know some people are going to be mad at me for sharing this right now because it makes Kerr County look bad, but you don't get to politicize every single decision you make regarding the welfare of other humans and then claim that your own welfare is not political when your choices begin to affect you. Of course, the blame largely goes to Kerr County officials, just to be clear, but at some point we do have to start talking about this.